I'm here to talk to you today about Helping Hands for Haiti, Gwen Grant Mellon, and myself. I've gone to Haiti twice in the past 2 years, and Gwen Grant Mellon, she experienced it firsthand by living in Haiti. And my Uncle Dave, for Helping Hands for Haiti, 22 years going back and forth, twice to 3 times a year. In 2010, on January 12th, Haiti was rocked by a 7.0 earthquake, killed 300,000 people. In a country 10,000 square miles and 9 million people, that's not quite the dent in the population, but it did its toll. Some other problems that have hurt Haiti are cholera and other medical related deaths in Haiti. Helping Hands for Haiti was founded in 1989 by my Uncle Dave Hansen and has kept going throughout. Some people don't want to go to Haiti, some people don't care. It's just, another poverty country in the world. But it is the most poverty country in the Western Hemisphere, most corrupt in the government in the world. And why shouldn't you go? Many people will tell you that we have our own problems here in the United States. We have quite the poverty in your backyard, but I can tell you, you're not going to find the same poverty here in the United States that you see in Haiti. And with all our problems here, our government provides programs and other solutions for those people to help themselves. But that doesn't mean we can't help those people. Helping Hands for Haiti, going back and forth, has helped with Hospital Albert Schweitzer, where Gwen Grant and her husband, Mr. Mellon, started the hospital. When I went to Haiti in 2010, I went 1 month after the earthquake. I worked in tent cities, I handed out health kits, and I got to experience firsthand what a severe natural disaster how it can affect another country. I didn't see much death, but the way people were kind of acting and the way they were trying to help themselves told you that there wasn't so much death. They had high hopes. They were a good people. They are a good people. In Port-au-Prince, 6-hour drive north, you'll hit the Artibonite Valley, where Helping Hands for Haiti does most of its work. And there we have 4 schools where we educate 1,000 children. And back in 1989, Helping Hands for Haiti started with 1 person. So they made quite the stride, even though it took 22 years. The average group, it'll cost you about $1,000 to go to Haiti. Another reason why not to go. It's quite the expense for somebody. But to find a way to get there, it's easy enough, whether you go through a church that would support you, or whether you found a relative or whatever. You can get there. Going to a third world country will affect you. When I went there, it didn't affect me one bit. While I was there, it didn't affect me. I kept living my same life, working towards the same goal that we had set before we went to Haiti. When I came back, and I was very sick, and I couldn't adapt easily to the lifestyle, that's how I knew it affected me. Where you can't quite wrap your head around the problems that have circulated in Haiti, how since 1960 nobody has solved the problem, or what is the problem. Helping Hands for Haiti is a nonprofit organization that does not affiliate itself with the church. That doesn't mean they spread the word of Jesus, because that's one of their goals, but it's not always about God and religion to go help another person. So I hope that doesn't stop other people from going. When I went this last July, I worked in Hospital Albert Schweitzer, where I got this book written by Grant Mellon. Her and her husband started Hospital Albert Schweitzer, and today her son, Ian Mellon, keeps it running. When I got there, they were holding tents up, and in the tents they had cholera patients. Back in June, which is only a month prior to when I got there, they had about 300 cholera patients. When I got there, they were about down to 40. I worked in the tents for about 2 days. Little worried at first about being there, but cholera, it's not that contagious. It's something that you have to consume. One other thing that I came across that really kind of hit home, but also keeps me wanting to come back and keep on helping, is when we were planning to go to a town in the Artibonite Valley called Savannah Roche. You have to take a boat across the Artibonite River in the valley. The day before we're supposed to go, the boat holding about 24 people should only hold 15 max. Capsized, and all 24 passengers drowned. The next day we took a road across to a different bridge to drive to a town of Jumel, where we happened to come across one of those persons floating in the river. When you look at that person, when I looked at that person, I didn't just see death or a dead body. I saw a shell that had once been a person. When I thought about it a little more, I saw a mourning mother, somebody's sister, somebody's mother. And I didn't fear for my life, but I feared, what if that were me? Wouldn't I want somebody to take me out of the river? Because that person kept floating down and landed and wound up in the ocean. And so I always take the time to think about that and think about why I can keep going back and to solve the problem. There are many reasons why to go and not to go to Haiti. I strongly believe that you should, but if you don't feel anything towards it, towards going to help, there's no reason for you to go. You know, there's more than just religion. There's more than just handing out a bowl of, rice for a hungry person. There's the love you give towards a person just by smiling to them and talking with them and letting you know that you care. Thank you very much.
Hit the red button.